For those of you who are younger than me, you might not remember a time when America was the good guy, when we trusted our government and believed ourselves to be a nation of freedom and human rights, where it felt like everything was moving forward and the ugliness of our past might be something we one day might be able to move beyond. Now, if you're someone who doesn't look like me, you might not remember the past the same way I do. It is very possible you never felt safe in this nation. But there was a time where the majority of us did feel like this was a land of opportunity, that everything was ahead of us, that we had the rule of law and constitutional protections, and that this country would only continue to evolve, that things would get better. When Obama was elected, I really thought we were moving into something different. And maybe that was just the arrogance and perspective of a middle class Christian white person, but I'd lived through 9/11 in New York. I watched the Iraq War. I was an immigrant and a woman and someone with a very serious life-threatening disease, so my life wasn't all like sunshines and rainbows. But it still felt like I lived in a country that deserved to feel proud when it waved its flag, and that the majority of its citizens wanted it to be a more perfect union, even if it wasn't quite there yet. But I look around now and I don't even recognize this country. If you're young, you might never have seen a government that worked for the people. You might not remember a time before money in politics or before hyperpartisanship or even before Donald Trump. And it's not that I want to go back. Now that I know what I know, I understand that a lot of what I believed in the past was kind of a myth, that this country was never as great as we thought we were, but we had potential. If I want anything now, it would be to be the country we told the world we were, where we worked together towards a future where everyone felt as safe as I used to feel, where everyone had the hope that used to come so naturally to me, because I believed the world was essentially good, that things were fair, that humans looked out for each other, and that everything you truly worked for was possible in the United States of America. We can't just accept the road these sadists have us on is the only road. We have to believe that change is possible, that a different kind of government is possible, that we aren't just on some slippery slope to authoritarianism where the US becomes a land of concentration camps, where anyone can be disappeared if they don't look the way they're supposed to look or behave the way they're supposed to behave. We have taken a wrong turn somewhere and we have to stop. We have to stop and we have to go a different way. We need to understand it doesn't have to be like this. Hope can't be some outdated, old-fashioned concept. We have to believe that change is possible, that we aren't just circling the bowl so the billionaires can take over everything from our lives to our planet. We have to believe there's a better way and that we're going to find it. I understand this is a dark timeline, but even if you've never known anything different, I want you to know that I am old and privileged enough to remember the light, and I will do everything I can to not only convince you that it exists, but that we can have it again, but this time for everyone, and not just for people who look like me.